As the economy continues to perform below par, Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba and his team at Treasury are looking at ways to pump more money into the fiscus. He was speaking on the sidelines of the annual gathering of the tax community in Sandton. Gigaba says the upcoming medium-term budget in October will be a tough balancing act as he tries to appease ratings agencies and deliver on government's plans.
Treasury has come up with a number of proposals to pump more money into the fiscus. These include a tax on wealthier individuals, as well as rescinding a tax exemption for expats working abroad. If it succeeds, South Africans currently working outside the country will pay tax here at home and in the country in which they work. SARS has a mammoth task of collecting 1.265 trillion rand, but this may change. The finance minister says the economy has not performed as expected.
Growth has been quite slow, and the recession, the technical recession we entered into in January, the economy has not been as predictable and sustainable as we would have wanted it to be. In January we entered into a technical recession which we had not expected.
He says Treasury will be looking at different options to finance the expected tax collection shortfall.
Should there be any shortfalls in regard to the budget targets that we have set ourselves, we will look at various mechanisms. You may decide that you cut down the expenditure, you implement further consolidation, but there are various instruments at our disposal that we need to look at, including perhaps increasing the debt, increasing our debts.
Meanwhile, SARS Commissioner Tom Moyane has apologized for the technical glitches at the entity.
We are truly apologetic for these glitches, the inconvenience cost and impact on your work that this has made it impossible for us to interact with you. However, I believe that we have resolved a number of them and we continue to improve on our systems.
The finance minister says government needs to be decisive on policy matters. Gigaba called for a resolution to the impasse in the mining sector. He'll be meeting with ratings agency Moody's, who are currently in the country. Dimakato Leshuru, Sandton.
A tax expert has praised efforts by National Treasury to engage with South Africans working abroad on proposed changes to the country's tax laws. Currently, those working outside the country for more than 183 days qualify for a tax exemption, but National Treasury wants to repeal this. It's expected to provide feedback on recent engagements with affected parties. One tax expert is encouraging government to extend the period for a tax exemption.
We've had plenty of suggestions for them, and I think they've taken those on board. So, one suggestion is a day's test at the moment. So if you're a certain amount of time outside South Africa, you don't pay tax. So they want to increase that day's test potentially. Otherwise, they perhaps only want to tax after a certain limit. And they're also looking at giving tax credit relief for taxes other than income tax, perhaps social security and the like, And I think all of those are good suggestions. We obviously hope that ultimately what's been consulted on comes into fruition.